Hello everybody, it is Christine. It is time for Scraplift Crafternoon, and I am trying to not hit my head on my own lights. Let me show the original. I will have links below, because I apologize, I don't have any idea now. I forgot whose this was for, so it'll be down below. Basically, we have 3 photos. There's a cluster down here and a cluster up here with some fun, like vertical, like a photo strip here. It's a little blurry for me, so I don't know if it's me, but they kind of go out like this. I've done layouts recently like that. And then there's like a little cluster up here. It is like double matted here. Sorry, I keep hitting that. And this little boy is on a tractor, and I thought that was so cute. First off, maybe someday my grandbaby will get a tractor. If my daughter decides to have grandbabies, we'll see. So I printed off a few pictures. There's Mr. Seth holding our baby goat. That's Janet. She likes to headbutt. If you pick her up, she can't headbutt. Then there was this random cow out by the pond. That's not our cow. It just wandered over there. And then we have some of these eggs. This is actually from a friend. We're going to get our own chickens, but not yet. So these are her eggs, but we do get farm fresh eggs. So I thought, I'm going to call this Farm Life. So I got into this really old set of, it's a basic gray, actually. I was looking to see if the date's on here. I don't have any idea what the date is. But it's like all these little letters. And I thought, I can use farm out of that. Because why not? And I'll spell out life. I have these letters here I may use. They're actually October afternoon. I don't know, though, because the collection I pulled out is Photo Plays. I think it's called Junk Journal or something. And because it seems kind of, Everyday Junk. That's what it is. Actually, that's not it. That's just a piece of paper. That's actually just a piece of brown cardstock or chipboard there. So I'm going to have to look through this. I was kind of going to use that. I think I can still use that. Why not? It'll just be kind of a thicker piece. They have all these little pieces, and they look kind of like rustic to me, which is why I'm kind of picking it maybe. I love this piece of paper. I think I've used one before. And she's got that on hers, so I may go ahead and do that. And then draw inspiration. The hard part about this paper here, let me pull this out, is there's little different pieces here there. So when you have something like this, that's really pretty. This is cute too. There's little flowers and stuff. I'll go through these and pick one to use in the middle. I may just go get a piece. This is kind of thick. I may go get a piece of craft cardstock. I think I'll do that. And then I'll use one of these as, well, that's the cover sheet. I'll use one of these as the middle piece and then build my clustery things. And then I have all these stickers and ephemeras and stuff. So I have plenty to work with. So let me go find and give me a piece of craft cardstock, and I'll pick up my paper and I'll be back on in a second. Okay, everybody, what have I done? I've gotten that diagonal stripe paper. I did gut it. I then took my little craft piece of cardstock, cut it down by a 1/2 inch, and then I chose this paper that has kind of a little section with newspaper looking, or a book page maybe, I guess, and then there was like at the bottom this like strip of kind of looks like tags or something, tickets, whatever. This one just attracted me. I don't really know why, other than, on the original, she had kind of a plain background with like horizontal elements. So I think for whatever reason, that bottom strip just attracted me. If you watch me for any length of time, I am not scared of pattern paper. So that's, I'm not going to say I never do a plain background, because I do. In fact, I just did one, I don't know what video now, to be honest with you. I was using like a white watercolor piece, maybe a week ago or something. But anyways, but I'm not afraid of it. And so sometimes you'll see, I'm going to put stuff together. And I actually had a lady message me on Instagram. She was so sweet. She watches my videos, and she says, she says, this isn't a diss. She says, but sometimes you pull stuff out and I think, what in the heck? That doesn't look good together. And hey, I'm going to be honest. I put this on my Instagram stories. I'm not always 100% sure either. I just figure, why not? Let's see what happens. My general attitude is it's just paper. That doesn't mean I don't get upset if I mess one up. Don't get me wrong. If I have a piece of paper that I really loved and I screwed it up, well, that hurts my feelings. But at the end of the day, it is just paper, and I have so much of it. You know what? If I get some and it looks a little strange, you know. It's like, okay. But anyways, you'll know that I'm not afraid of paper. So this one here, it does have a lot more going on in some sense from a pattern perspective than the original, but I still think it looks really pretty, and I think it does give you that sense of the original. So what I'm doing now, she had a bunch of different kind of layers and stuff behind the photos. So I'm taking these various pieces that I had fussy cut from my, there was a sheet in there that had like some, like library cards and just various different things. You can kind of see I had put a lot of it on the left side there. And I'm using a bunch of those to kind of layer behind the photo. I did run over, I do have that photo strip die. I'm so thankful I bought that. I do not recall where I got it now. I haven't had it a real long time, but I remember buying it because I was like, I'm constantly needing these little photo strips. I had a few small ones here in acetate, but they were a little bit too short and also black. And I really felt like in this case, I needed to use brown. So I actually got into my neutral slash, you know, like I have a bag of scraps that are like black, white, brown, tan, that kind of stuff. And I call it the neutral. And I got into that and I pulled out a piece of brown paper that had frankly gotten faded on the edges and stuff and just cut me a couple little photo strip deals. And I think it looks really cute. So I used my Nuvo glue, glued it down. And then I have, well, you can kind of see I'm kind of put the other stuff on the right-hand side. And then the various different pieces I had fussy cut. So I'm just building out those layers kind of like she had. And letting the pattern paper kind of offer, you know, some interesting different looking almost textures in a way, because you can kind of see like there's flowers on there and there's some faux looking tapes and things like that, and I think it gives it a little bit of dimension. I'm getting my little pictures here. I think I mentioned you guys in the intro that cow, so I'll tell you about that cow. We know whose cows they are. There's actually the gentleman that owns, there's like 120 acres I think it is behind us, and he has like a herd of cows, and I guess he must have had a hole in his fence. I'm not really sure exactly where it was, but it was kind of at the back there at the back of our property, because we started noticing footprints by the pond, and then our neighbor came over and she's like, you know, you got these cows and they're wandering over there. And one morning I was sitting there talking to my daughter, I look out the window and I go, there's a cow. And I took that picture. And so they were kind of wandering, and we had let him know they were there, and the weather had turned a little bit nasty, and he said, well, I'll try to get out there. And the problem is we do not have a fence on the front part of our property or anything. We don't really have a fence that encloses our property. So if they get out there, they'll wander up to the street, up to the road. And I guess one night, I don't know, a week or something later, maybe a little less than that, we get a knock on our door. It's 11 o'clock at night. We're like, oh my God, you know, and we're all in bed. We go to bed early. It was the sheriff. They had gotten 3 phone calls in an hour because these cows had wandered out into the road. And of course, it's unsafe. You can't see them. There's no street lights. And anyway, he'd come and he's like, do you know who owns them? And he's asking us and all that kind of stuff. He knew who. So they were going to basically let us know they were on our property to push them cows back to the other guy's property. So that was our cow adventure. Okay, so what I've done so far, I've been tucking all those layers in. I did take farm, and I took some foam squares and put it up underneath the M and the A. I just made it look kind of like, you know, wonky letters or whatever. And then I'm gluing those down. Let's see. Oh, I got to glue this guy down here. I put the photo with Seth in the upper left because it's kind of the most important in my mind, because it's, of course, a person, and he's got little Miss Janet. And that little goat is so funny. She's meh, meh. She'll bleep, bleep. You know, they're just so funny. I'm just looking through these ephemeras trying to figure out what other kind of little layers and stuff I can build. I find that little tag that says be happy. I'm going to add a few more little tags on the left side. And then I did find a ticket that says One Life Live It. I like that a lot. I noticed there was some butterflies on the original, so I did fussy cut a couple of butterflies out of some pieces. You can kind of see those. I've glued those down. And then there was a butterfly on that little ticket thing looking deal that's above the One Life. And so I tucked that down there. And I'm looking at the sticker sheet. I kind of wanted to add some stickers. Plus, I'd almost forgotten at the top up there, I need to add a little cluster of something. So in a second, I'll remember that. I'd almost forgot. But I'm putting down some little words here. Let me see. I put, well, I have a little circle with a butterfly on it. That's going to go on the tag on the left side next to the B. And then this little piece here just says special handling. I thought that was kind of cute since he's holding Janet. I messed with that just a second. And then up at the top up here is where I'm going to find these little hexagons. And I think, okay, that looks kind of cool. She kind of had it was a little blurry for me. I think there were little tags or something. So I thought, well, this works fine. And I'll pull a couple little words out. One says remembered, one says dreams. I'm not going to lie. I'm not sure that my husband and I ever thought to ourselves we would have a homestead, or, you know, that was ever necessarily a dream. It was my daughter's. She'd always kind of talked about growing her own food and all that kind of stuff. So I think in her mind, it was a dream. But I will tell you, my husband, once that kind of got in his mind, he decided that was his dream. And I mean, he tells me he's so happy down here. And when we look outside and the sunset and the sunrise and it's quiet and it's just wonderful. So that is my layout. Thank you guys so much for watching. There'll be a link below. So I think it'll be a playlist. Yep, playlist on this one. So make sure you check the playlist out. Definitely check out the original and like and subscribe and all the good stuff. And show everybody some love that's on the playlist. We have like, I think it was 8 or 10 now. I counted the other day and now I've done forgot. But anyway, y'all have a lovely day and we'll see you next time. Bye.